What's up, everybody? Rick Knight here, back with another video of The Bad Philosopher. Yes, I know I'm wearing one of my work shirts, but this time it's not a work shirt that I wear actually to work. I just wear it around the house. It's actually a very clean and new looking shirt. I have about 20 of them, so if you're wondering why I'm always wearing one, don't invite me to your wedding. I'll probably wear it there too. In this video, I want to discuss why I think sociology is bullshit. It is a bullshit degree. It is a bullshit subject. It's not real. As you know, sociology is the study of human development in society and how the society functions and the structure of the society and problems within the society. It was coined, sociology, I believe, in like the mid-19th century. By the late 19th century, it was an actual academic study, and nowadays it is a Marxist ideology being taught in order to indoctrinate people who go to college and universities. That's the whole point of socialism, is to teach you this leftist garbage and spread misinformation. I have a few issues with sociology. Number one, that nearly all of the writings from these sociology professors are not put into a journal. They're not going into a credited journal that we can read. They're going into some nonsense. These writings go unopposed. They go unchallenged. Most of the times, there's not even a citation in any of these articles. They don't even properly, or just they don't even cite any one period or any study that was done. There is no study in sociology. The methodology of how they came to the conclusion that they come to is not there either. They say that it is, it's a social science, and actually it's a pseudoscience. It's complete nonsense in every sense of the word. It started by a professor of, he was a philosophy of science professor who coined the phrase sociology. Therefore, much like psychology, it came out of the world of philosophy. It went from philosophy to its own discipline. Nowadays, it's almost like they went into philosophy. See, philosophy encompasses all, right? It's all. Philosophy is the love of wisdom. It really is the mind, right? It's what we can conceive in our mind, all our thoughts and our ideas. That this is what philosophy is, right? And philosophy is like this big junction box where all these wires come and meet, right? This is what philosophy is. And sociology is just only one wire that comes in, right? There's all these different subjects coming into the junction box. Here comes a sociology with one wire. So they took that one wire out and said, we're going to take this one wire and we're going to make a field out of it. Not only are we going to make a field out of it, but we're going to tie up the two ends, because we're not going to allow an opposing idea. We're not going to have open ends where we can have a discussion and a debate. We can challenge each other. We can have different perspectives. No, they have one perspective. This is what they teach you. One line, one perspective, closed end. There is no room for debate. This is what I'm teaching. I'll give you an answer, and I'll give you a question, and I'll give you the answer at the same time. And when you write your paper, I want you to write with the answer I already gave you. I want to know how you feel about what I just told you. Most of the times, these professors don't want to hear a rebuttal to the question. A lot of students just go with the flow because they're afraid of getting a bad grade. Not me. I'm going to speak my truth no matter what. I just don't give a shit at all. I've never been someone who was intimidated by anyone. So I'm going to let the professor know how I feel, and I will most definitely challenge the professors. I always do. That's the whole point to me being a philosopher. That's the whole point to me having this channel, is to challenge whoever I can. And I expect to be challenged back. I expect you in the comment section down below to refute what I'm saying, to challenge me, to criticize me, to scrutinize what I'm saying. I mean, this is how we get better. This is why I'm the bad philosopher, because I need to be scrutinized to learn so I can be the good philosopher. So, but that's not what sociology is about. It's about pushing this Marxist nonsense. I took a sociology class, and many of you have too, and it is a class that I had to pay for, and it was the worst that I've ever spent my money on. It was the worst deal I've ever gotten in my life, to spend as much money as I've spent on that one class for a subject that I don't even believe should even exist. That's how bad this subject is. So it is definitely a pseudoscience 100%. It doesn't deal with any real rational thought. It looks at the subject. It shows that, you know, men on average make more money than women. Therefore, men are sexist and holding women down and oppressing them in order to be greedy and make more money. But they don't account for the fact that men get into fields such as engineering so much more often in the STEM fields than women do, and there's a large amount of money that you can make in those fields. It also doesn't account for the fact that men work, you know, much more dangerous jobs. It doesn't account for, you know, men on average work more hours. I mean, there's so many factors that lead into why men make more money on average than women. And it's not all men, obviously. Some men don't make as much money as women. It's just on average we make, as a whole, we make more money than women do. And there's multiple reasons why. It's not because the world is sexist. It's other reasons. You know, we can go on and on with some of the ideas of in sociology, what they go over. And not for once in any of these subjects do they show you the opposing ideas. Not once do they ever say, hey, look, this is a list of factors that can lead into this, and you know, let's use critical thinking and let's use reasoning skills, and you know, let's do some research together and see if we can come up with an answer. No, they don't say that. They say, this is what it is. This is what we looked at. This is what we came up with. This is what it is. This is what the material we're giving you. We want you to write a paper on this. Tell me how you feel about it. And that's not a real subject. Real subjects don't do that. Real subjects challenge. In philosophy, there's always a challenge. There's always, you know, an opposing view. In anything, in any part of philosophy, you're gonna find an opposing view. You're gonna find someone who, you know, is different. You know, for an example, in metaphysics, I'm a materialist. I'm into materialism. You have idealism, which is on the other side. Maybe you're into idealism. So now we have opposing views. No one is taught that you have to be one or the other. When it comes to ethics, you know, I'm a moral realist. I believe in objective morality. Maybe you believe morality is subjective. Again, there's opposing views that we can have. When it comes to epistemology, I'm into, you have empiricism and you have rationalism. I'm a little torn between both. To be honest with you, I haven't gotten my thoughts together about those two things. And I think they kind of work together, and you could apply both of them when needed. But maybe you have a different opinion on that. See, you see how that works? We can challenge each other. We can debate something. We have different beliefs. We have a different perspective, and we could have a dialogue about that. But you can't do that in sociology. There is no opposing views. They tell you what they want you to hear, and that's it. There's no opposing anything. It's only there to push their leftist radical agenda, and they did a very good job. They did a very good job pushing these agendas, because that's why we have all this social and political tension that we have right now in the country. All these students go to these universities where they're being taught sociology and gender studies and women's studies and lesbian dance theory and all these other, you know, nonsensical degrees and classes that they offer. And all they're doing is pumping out one activist after the next. These students are getting degrees in activism, and it's coming at a high cost, because they walk out of these big colleges $250,000 in debt for a non-marketable degree like sociology or gender studies or some other nonsense. The sociologists teach that race and gender is a social construct. They teach about the cisgendered male patriarch, white male patriarch controlling everyone and oppressing everyone, and they pump out one feminist after the next. Everyone's a feminist in sociology. Every professor is a feminist, and it goes on and on. It's all left-wing garbage that is taught in these sociology classes. So this is the reason why I think sociology it's a pseudoscience. It's Marxist. It's just not worth it. It's not worth having it in university. It's not worth having it as a subject. It's not a real subject. I can teach a subject just like sociology. I don't need anything. I don't need a PhD. I don't need to write anything anywhere. I don't even need any facts to back up anything I'm teaching. I can just make stuff up. It's the same thing. Sociology. It's just made up stuff by the pseudo-intellectuals, professors who are really good for nothing but writing a really nice paper. That's all they're good for. They can write a nice paper. They become sociology professors and they teach this garbage. So that's all I have. I just wanted to share my opinion on sociology, on why I strongly dislike it, why it's not a real subject, why it's used only to pump out one activist after the next, why it's Marxist. It's all about trying to equal the playing field when they don't even realize that there's factors that lead into this. There is nothing to equal. It's the way it is, and it's either because of individuals or because of the nature of humans, and that's why things are the way they are. But not to the sociologists. They think it's all race, gender, and sexuality related, and just more leftist garbage. Please comment something if you can. If you disagree with me, please let me know you disagree with me. Please challenge me. Please scrutinize me, criticize me. Let's get a debate going. Let's get a dialogue back and forth. I need to learn. I need to get better. I need to become the good philosopher, not the bad philosopher. If you would like to insult me, please be funny. Can you please? Funny joke, say something funny, something that'll make me laugh and make me hit the like button and say, wow, that was pretty funny. I'm a big fan of humor. And that's it. Hit that bell over there, if that's where the bell is. I'm not sure. Subscribe, help me out. And I'll see you in the next video.